Hello, my name is Jessica Tashina Smith-Gomes. Today I'm going to talk to you about the P2PInfect. I'm from Canada, and this was done on July 18th, 2025. Welcome to my presentation on P2PInfect, one of the most advanced and dangerous computer worms discovered in the recent years. In this video, we'll break down what P2PInfect is, how it works, what damages it causes, and the specific technologies and vulnerabilities it exploits. By the end, you'll have a clear understanding of what makes this malware so powerful and why it matters for cybersecurity. I think computer viruses should count as life. I think it says something about human nature that the only form of life we have created so far is purely destructive. We've created life in our own image. Stephen Hawking. I chose this topic because I think that worms are extremely interesting, spreading without any human interaction. In the case, P2PInfect is such a dangerous and malicious worm, so I am glad I did this project and made myself aware, considering all the hacking and viruses going on in the world today. In Lecture 2, Securing Systems, we learned about malware and the difference between viruses and worms. We learned about how worms are malicious pieces of software that can move from one computer to another by holes in computer security. P2PInfect is the use of decentralized peer-to-peer network for command and control, making it highly resilient and difficult to detect or disrupt. Unlike traditional malware, which relies on centralized servers, P2PInfect leverages its P2P infrastructure to disturb follow-up malware to newly infected systems or cloud instances. P2PInfect first emerged around 2021 as a new type of computer worm. It spread primarily through cloud environments and unsecure peer-to-peer networks. It first infected Linux-based cloud servers by exploiting command variables and weak security configurations. Once inside a system, the worm would connect to other infected devices through its custom P2P protocol, spreading laterally and downloading additional malicious payloads like ransomware or cryptocurrency miners. P2PInfect takes advantage of a built-in Redis feature called replication. From there, P2PInfect can run system commands, change settings, drop new malware, and scan for more targets. To get in, it uses a critical Redis vulnerability called CVE2022-0543. CVE2022-0543 is a remote code execution vulnerability that affects certain versions of Redis. This flaw allows an attacker to run malicious code on a Redis server without needing valid credentials, often by exploiting misconfigurations or insecure setups. But this bug allowed attackers to escape the sandbox and run any code they wanted. This vulnerability has a CVSS score of 10 out of 10, which is as bad as it gets. Once P2PInfect finds a Redis server with this flaw, it takes full control, infects it, and spreads to the next one. The worm now includes ransomware capabilities, encrypting files on infected systems, and demanding payment from victims. It also secretly installs a Monero cryptocurrency miner, draining the system's processing power for profit. To stay hidden, it uses a built-in rootkit. One of the biggest changes is that the worm has been rewritten in Rust. Despite all the upgrades, P2PInfect still uses Redis slave-off command to hijack vulnerable servers, forcing them to replicate malware from the attacker's system. This combined changes have made the worms stealthier, faster, and significantly more dangerous in modern cloud environments. The mix of disruption, financial loss, and security breach made P2PInfect a major threat, particularly for organizations relying on poorly secured cloud infrastructure. The inclusion of ransomware led to the encryption of critical files, disrupting businesses, operations, and forcing victims to choose between paying ransom or losing data. Its ability to hijack Redis servers allowed attackers to take full control of vulnerable systems, enabling them to unauthorized commands, drop additional malware, and expand the infection to others. The rootkit component made it extremely difficult to detect, allowing malware to persist for long periods undisturbed. To sum up the evolution of P2PInfect, in 2021, P2PInfect first appeared targeting Linux-based cloud servers and P2P networks. In 2022, the worm became more widespread, targeting larger cloud environments and more diverse Redis versions. In 2023, the worm evolved to deploy ransomware variants in addition to cryptocurrency miners. In 2024, till now, P2PInfect keeps adapting with new exploits and malware. In conclusion, P2PInfect is not just a worm. It is a modern, modular cyber weapon. It spreads silently, earns money through illegal mining, causes chaos with ransomware, and opens doors to future attacks. And because it targets cloud services, it's a wake-up call for everyone. From developers to companies to cybersecurity professionals. Keeping software up to date, securing services, and understanding how these threats work are the key to defending against worms like P2PInfect.